what is it that I have to do to get there? One of the things when you go through the coaching program with CAP, what Valerie has started, one of the things that she does is have coaching labs where you are with your classmates and you have to coach one of your classmates. And one of the critiques that I got was that when I'm talking to a client, I say, okay, so what do we need to do? What do we need to do to get you there? And Valerie's like, honey, you're not going to be doing anything. So you don't need to say that. You need to ask them, what are you going to be doing? Because it's not my job to walk the steps out for you. That would be more of a consultant, right? Or not? Okay. It's not my job to walk it out. So what I want to do today is I want to stay true to my promise, and I want you guys to walk away with at least one thing that you're going to be doing to get you closer to what your purpose is. So, each of you came up at your table, I hope, with the definition of success. And I hope as you were talking about that, you began to hear that we all define success differently, right? And it doesn't mean anybody is wrong. If any of you guys are married, you know I love marriage, relationship coaching, and counseling. And what my most important thing I tell couples is that just because he is doing it differently from you doesn't mean he's wrong. It just means he is different from how you do it. Now, I really believe the way I do it is the best way, but hey, it doesn't mean that he's wrong. And so when we talk about what success is, right now for me, guys, I have a girlfriend, her name is Lisa, she wasn't able to come. She is this big-time lawyer, like incredible lawyer. Her husband got accepted into a program here in Atlanta. They were living in Chicago, and she said, gosh, what can I do about my career when I move to Atlanta? Well, this girl called her firm and said, y'all don't have a firm in Atlanta. Won't you let me go down there and open you a firm in Atlanta? Who does that? Like, who said, I have an idea. I'll take your company and take it to another city. But guess what? They did that. And so now she does healthcare type law here in Atlanta. But what is powerful to me is that her name is Lisa, and she is an incredible businesswoman who just had a baby a year ago. And honey, Lisa's idea of success is changing. She's now saying, now wait a minute, I love what I do. And what I don't like is the fact that I'm out of town every other weekend. I love what I do, but what's not that exciting to me is that I have to have a nanny at the house every weekend so that I can go do what I do. Remember, I want us to recognize, especially as mothers, it doesn't have to be either or. It can be and that we're doing both of them. You just got to learn how to do both of them a little different. And so Lisa now is saying, I have to change what my definition of success was. So now my goal maybe was to retire in 10 more years because she was on this track. She's now saying, I can do it in 15. And so I want all of us to figure out, what is your definition of success? Okay, so I'm going to be a little transparent here. And last year, I identified what success looked like for me for 2011. And this is the real journal sheet that I used to define what success was going to look like for me in 2011. And I want you guys just to kind of take a glimpse of this. I'll give you guys one in the back. So for me, in 2011, how I was, now this is I'm very transparent showing this with you guys, y'all, because this is my for real personal definition. And basically I said that I would know that I was successful if I had a substantial increase in my income from my business endeavors. But look at what everything else said. If I had increased time with my girls, for me that looked like being able to devote 2 days a week and all the evenings to my daughters. Because what I was finding, and if I'm transparent, what I'm still finding, is that even though when they get home from school, I'm there with them, I'm really thinking about, God, I need to be doing this blog. Oh gosh, I need to be doing these clinical notes. I felt like I wasn't available to them. So for me, the definition of success meant I would be available to my girls in the evenings. That I would be able to pick Ryan up from school where she doesn't have to go to after school camp. Now that might seem ridiculous to some people, but when my 4-year-old says, "Mommy, I just want to come home after school," so that's what success looks like for me. Then being able to have increased time with my husband. My husband and I don't look at the same things on TV, right? He just won't look at Real Housewives. I don't understand what I can't get him to. So what ends up happening is Lee is in one room and I get to be in the room with the DVR because that's where my shows are. So he's in one room doing his work, I'm in the other room doing my work, and we're not spending that time together. So if the success looks like for me, that I will stop focusing on my work at a certain time at night, shut the computer down, go in the room with my husband, or convince him to come in the room with me, and have some one-on-one time with my man. So I want you all to define what does success look like for you. When it all boils down, what would it look like? So here we go. This is how we're going to do this. Hope you have your notebooks. This is what I want you guys to do. I want you to imagine that it's December 2012. December, let's just say 7th, 2012. And you have a little downtime. Nobody's at the house. You don't have any work obligations. And you're sitting down and you're thinking about the year. You're thinking about how January, February, April, June, July, how the year went for you. I want you to write down, when you're sitting there with your cup of coffee, with your tea, for my non-saints, a glass of wine. That's what I want you to imagine, I want you to get in your mind what room you're sitting in. Some of you are saying, I can't be in my house if I'm going to imagine this, so I'm going to be in Starbucks, or I'm going to be in Panera Bread. Wherever your spot is, and you're reflecting, I want you to write one thing that would make 2012 successful for you. What is that one thing, when you're reflecting on the year, you will be able to say, okay, everything didn't go the way I wanted it to go, but at least this one thing happened. I'm going to share with you guys what my one thing is. By December of 2012, I want to be able to say that I only have to leave my house 3 days a week to go to work. Amen. If I choose to leave it the other days, that's fine, but I only want to have to be somewhere at 9 o'clock 3 days a week. So that's what success would look like for me in 2012. Now keep in mind, y'all, that's work related, but that's connected to the overall vision that I have to be more available to my family. So what is it that would make, when you're reflecting on the year, maybe some of you guys say, what it would look like for me, Tori, is just that I have at least applied to 6 jobs in New York by December 12th. Maybe for you, you have completed another play or TV show. You've done another TV show, or you have sent off 3 more TV shows to some people. Keisha, maybe for you, Keisha said earlier, I'm not even quite sure what it is I want to be doing. Maybe by December 2012, you've said, at least I know what I'm supposed to be doing right now. What is that one thing? If you don't get to answer that right now, at least write down the question. In December 2012, what would be that one thing that would make me know the year was successful? All right, so everybody has one thing, or you're going to even work toward getting that one thing. Here's your next question. I want you to name 3 things you have to do to make that a reality. What are 3 things that have to happen for that one thing to become a reality? For me, remember what my goal is. I need to be leaving the house only 3 days a week. So what are 3 things that I have to do to make that a reality? Homegirl got to get some income coming in some other areas. Yeah. That's one thing that has to happen. And remember, guys, of course I'm married, so there are things that could happen with my husband that would make that more of a reality for me. But I'm not wanting you to put any pressure on anybody else. I'm talking about what you own, what you can take responsibility for. In order to make my dream a reality, I probably need to make sure that I am very clear about, so that my husband can support the vision, what I'll be doing those other 2 days. You know? Because he loves me, but he don't want me just sitting up in there to-do. So, those are some of the things. So what are the 3 things, just 3 things that have to take place in order for you to make that a reality? Some of you guys are saying, I want to own a nonprofit. What do you need to do between now and December 12th, 2012 to make that a reality? Now, I try very, very hard to not be a therapist to my girlfriends. I try real, real hard. Some of them are rolling their eyes, but I try. And I also try very hard not to be a coach, because I'm just a friend. And they know that there's a whole lot of areas I need some counseling and coaching in. So yes, Lord. Oh, okay. But earlier today I was coaching Amira, my girlfriend Amira. And this is what I asked her. She said, Robin, I know what it is I'm trying to get to. I'm just too afraid. You know what I told her? That's cute. I like that. I want you to make that fear some type of figure right in front of you. Then I want you to peek behind the fear and ask yourself, what am I letting this fear stop me from getting to? What are you allowing that fear to stop you from getting to? You have to decide whether where you are right now is more frustrating than where you could potentially be.
Can I interject?
Yes.
Actually, what she said is picture Mia, Joshua, and Thaddeus. That's my 1-year-old, my 7-year-old, and my husband. And that guy, she said, is picture their faces behind your fear and imagine basically how you removing that fear would change and impact your life and theirs, and that did it for me.
That's what you have to do. You have to recognize that whatever you're working toward, you're not just, if you're working toward what God has called you to do, this is not just some kind of fun and games. You're working toward a purpose. And I'm reading a book by one of my good girlfriends, Priscilla Shire, and it's called The Resolution for Women. We have to remember that we need to be content where we are. That's what the word tells us. But contentment doesn't mean you got to be stuck. And that's where we got to get that difference. You can be content right where I am, but I'm not stuck. So yes, literally, keep your head behind the fear and tell yourself, what is that fear keeping me from? Or what is my laziness keeping me? Some of y'all not fearful, you're just lazy. You just trip, you just like, that's not for anybody. And so I want you to imagine, if you don't do those 3 steps, in December 2012, you're going to be right where you are right now. All right, so you got your first question. The second question is, what are those 3 things that you need to do between now and then to make that a reality? Now here's the big one. The whole purpose of celebrating sisterhood. Write down 3 people that can help you with where you need to go. What are those 3 people? It can be somebody you met here. It can be somebody that you already know. Who are 3 people that you know can help you get where you need to be? When I decided what I needed to do by December 2011, who was one of those people? Valerie. I knew that as a therapist, my guidelines and ethical considerations are very different from those of a coach. So I had to have that very clear line between what I do as a therapist and what I do as a coach. So I had to get certified or start the certification process. So Valerie's one of those people that I knew I needed to connect with. So who are the 3 people that you need to connect with so that you can make that vision for 2012 a reality? And again, y'all, Friends with Vision, Celebrating Sisterhood is not just about business aspirations. This is about whatever success is for you. So Lisa, you said success for you is to be able to stay at home. That's your 2012 goal. What are the 3 things you need to do between now and December 2012 for that to be a reality? And how many of you guys know that the Lord is applauding the fact that this girl is saying, I just want to pour into my kids. So the Lord is not saying, how dare you want to do that? Well, I would never let you do that. No, He's celebrating that. So you need to celebrate that. So you get to decide, am I going to just go on January, February, March, April talking about what I want to do? Or am I going to do something about what I want to do? So you named your 3 people. You haven't, at least write down the question. Now, identify one person out of that 3 that you're going to reach out to by January 31st. Out of that 3, who is one person that you're going to reach out to by January 31st? So far, ladies, you have been able to identify what is that one thing that I need to get to by December 2012. And again, I want to keep stressing, for some of you, it's clarity. For some of you, it's a very specific purpose. Some of you are trying to get licensed as a therapist. Baby, that's some work. You need to get you a darn supervisor. What you call it when we got a license? Yeah, supervision. You got to get supervision. And that costs me. Yeah, I'm a real therapist. My license is king because I want to accept that I'm a real therapist. I do this for a living. Okay. She called me and said, so hey, listen, so sit across from you and then listen to what you say. And Christine, tell them they like me, don't they? But most of them. Okay, so whatever that is for you. So hopefully everybody here is going to walk away knowing one thing that you need to do between now and December 31st. Some of you need to identify a mentor between now and December. And remember, the mentor doesn't have to be Oprah. It can be. But the mentor can be anybody. Remember what I told you guys earlier? I gravitate to people who are doing their thing. If you're doing your thing, I gravitate to you. Gina, I'm blown away by it. I wrote a whole blog about her. This chick she downplayed. Somebody flew her to New York recently because they couldn't find nobody to sit pets the way she sits pets. Flew her to New York, had a 2-week vacation, food available. They gave her her car, gave them a car, let her go see a show to sit a dog. I mean, I'm not a pet lover, but my God. So she downplayed that. But this girl is running, but she's running okay. I knew that didn't over the time, but she is running this whole area. So I gravitate to that.
I'm sorry, one question. For the one person we're going to reach out to, is it by January 31st or December 31st?
No, by January 31st, I want you to identify one person out of that 3 that you're going to reach out to. And this is the last one. Your accountability partner, whoever you have on that card, your job is to reach out to them by the end of the week to make sure that they're moving forward what we're talking about. Say that again. By the end of this week, I want you to reach out to whoever you have on your card and say, what are you doing about what we just talked about?